is going on anyway when the events of the world are more than we can manage? How do we know what to do? What can we do? This time on the podcast, I'm feeling reluctant to even approach this new moon at all. It's next to a solar eclipse, and the astrology stew is bitter this time, promising big change and disruption. Hi again. Welcome back. Or welcome. I'm Ann Headley, and this is my podcast, What is Going On Anyway, where I take a moment every 2 weeks to check in and guess about what this particular time of the moon has to tell us about ourselves and the world. My deep reluctance here is around the recent events in Israel and Gaza. I'm worried about my family there, and it's got me in a sort of shock state that feels disembodied. It's very much reminding me of those early days of lockdown and the pandemic and facing so much unknown. I'm basically okay. I've got my needs taken care of, yet I'm in a near constant state of anxiety about what is to come and what could be. It's so stressful to imagine worst-case scenarios over and over again, and to witness those scenarios unfolding in present time for so many other families. So what I can do here is offer a bit of space to breathe and to find some way of grounding inside this feeling of chaos. So if you would take a moment here with me, and first notice your body. Rub your hands together. Notice the heat that forms, and place your hands on your body. You can say this after me, or you can just hear it as if you're saying it to yourself. Hello, sweetheart. I'm right here. I can feel my body resting, and I know I'm resting on the earth. I love you so much. I love you. I'm right here. I love you. Can you notice your consciousness, the way you are being? I can notice my consciousness has an occupancy. I can be many different places with my consciousness, especially when I scroll through social media. I send my consciousness off into those places, and I don't always remember to feel myself in my body while I'm doing that. So right now, I'm choosing to be here and to fully occupy this space that I find myself in. So I notice my seat and take a moment to notice whether you're standing, even if you're walking, notice the ground that you are on, the space that you are in, the environment, the temperature, the place where you are located. And allow your consciousness to fully occupy this space. Notice your location on earth, the way that you know that. I'm practicing moving my consciousness from this place on earth, right here where I'm finding myself, all the way to the locations that I'm feeling concerned about. So rather than doing this leap where I go into this disembodied state and send my consciousness somewhere else, I'm changing that practice to feel myself located in this spot on earth and spreading my consciousness. And this is not so easy. It's like stretching a rubber band, staying where I am, occupying my space fully, and then stretching as wide as I can go from there. Does that make sense to you? It's kind of a different thing Rather than throwing my consciousness over somewhere, over into the Middle East, and not having a location to ground it, I'm trying to stay grounded and see if I can get big enough to spread all the way over there while still grounded into my location here in Appleton, Maine. I had to talk so much that now I need to get grounded again. So, of course, the places where we want to send our consciousness can be so many places. We have friends and family all over the globe. We have concerns for different locations. It can be the Middle East or Afghanistan, Ukraine, the Arctic, the Amazon, the Pacific Ocean. I'm asking you, or I'm asking myself really, to reverse the care cycle that may be habitual for you like it is for me, so that we can stay grounded in our body. We can calm our nervous system and be effectively witnessing the world right now. So let's go back into our body, take a big breath in, a full big breath. Let it go with a sigh. Maybe let's do that again. Full big breath. And let it go. And once again, imagine spreading your consciousness from this grounded location. You might have to go back and ground yourself. Notice your space. Notice the location that you're in. And reaching consciousness as far as you can. In my case, across the wide Atlantic Ocean, spreading all across the Middle East, not just Palestine and Israel, but including the whole area that's feeling this war so intensely. Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, Egypt. So much strife in this holy land. And I wonder if we can help in any way to diffuse the intensity by being dedicated witnesses, dedicated consciousness spreaders. I participated in a global meditation a few days ago, led by Thomas Hubel. And he mentioned this friend of his, William Ury, who is a mediator. And William says that conflicts are not just local conflicts. We as global citizens are the third side. We are the global immune system. To bring our immune system and our seeing to this conflict as something that needs to be seen, something that needs to be witnessed. Hubel said we want to create this moment together in an embodied way to bring our humanity and our witnessing capacity and our consciousness together in order to help resource the situation. And as I did that meditation, and there were, I think, 4,000 people at that same time meditating together, my heart ached. It felt as though I were holding a wooden stake in my heart, piercing all the way through from the front to the back. So my heart felt compressed and full of this aching pain. And I realized that I could do that actually, that up until that meditation, I had been doing all of these self-soothing activities to try and run away from holding that pain with my consciousness. But I could do that. I could stay with the pain. It wasn't too painful as long as I was breathing and being clear about holding that space and feeling that discomfort. So that it occurred to me that I had been spending a lot of time running away from that feeling with anxiety and trying to get somewhere more comfortable. But that if I stayed, I could offer something to the situation by holding as much weight as I possibly could to contain the feeling that so many of us are feeling around the heaviness. the pain, the grief. And I'm curious about holding this pain as service, because I can do it, and it's my way of doing something as if I'm donating blood. It's just a different level of donation, of holding pain, holding consciousness. Because this trauma is already so great, and it's too much to be held by just the people in that region. It's too much. So I'm feeling sad this time with the podcast, and I think I'll keep it a little short. So let's move forward. What does the I Ching have to offer us for guidance here? So, dear Oracle, what would you have us know to help us best move through this particular new moon cycle? And we get hexagram 4, not knowing. What don't you know? What if you didn't need to know all the answers now? How can you learn from experience? We get changing line 2. Embrace your own ignorance. Like a child in the womb, accept it, hold it, allow it to be as it is. Make the experience of not knowing an integral part of yourself, and you can start learning, which is good fortune. And I suppose that is part of what we're looking at right now. There's so many sides to this story. There's a lot to learn for all of us. It moves to hexagram 23, stripping away. The question is, what has worn out? Is there a less painful way to let this go? What is underneath the surface? Stripping away says this: the hexagram figure shows the end of a cycle and the preparation for the new. The mountain rests on the earth. Be open to new ideas. Provide what is needed. Reestablish creative balance by stripping away outmoded embellishments. There is something rotten here. Take action. Give generously to what is below to stabilize your position. Stripping away the old implies someone to carry it out. You need a base. What is flexible and adaptable is transforming what is solid and firm. So it is not advantageous to impose a direction on things. Those who adapt to what is coming will endure. Yield to the situation and stop what you have been doing. Concentrate on the symbolic value of things, their power to connect you with the world of spirits. Use the oracle to stay in touch with the Tao. This is a time when old structure dissolves, so new action can emerge. Fill the empty, fertile inner space to overflowing. Heaven is moving there. So again, we're faced with the answer to managing these times being, you don't know. It's frustrating yet very honest. We don't know how to manage this, but it's pointing back to fill yourself up, find your location, occupy yourself, fill yourself with consciousness. Stay where you are, do what you can. It's leading us to discover some vulnerability in the not knowing and to learn to love ourselves even in this moment of change, this moment of incredible unknowing. I pulled another card this time from the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck by Kim Krantz, and we got the animal. We are mammals. The hair on our chest and between our legs reminds us so. We try hard to deny our unrefined animalistic nature, yet through this archetype, we tap into power and direction. Activating the animal within means reawakening our relationship to nature in the most broad and embodied sense. Drinking from waterfalls, roaring at the moon, opening eyes underwater, eating berries from the vine. The life force of our planet begs us to set down the devices, the constraints, and the social constructs, and remember the warm blood that pulses through our veins. The animal longs for breath, food, procreation, and physicality. It wants soil under our nails and starlight on our skin. If this all sounds terribly unsophisticated to you, take note that it is said that when Buddha became enlightened, he roared like a great lion. And so I leave you now. Keep breathing. Keep sending your grounded consciousness out as a form of kindness and support. Let yourself feel the pain of this moment so long as you are safe and capable of doing so. And also rest. Go easy if you can. This new moon annular solar eclipse in Libra is a time for rest. I hope our next full moon gives us some small comfort, some shift and ease. Until then, may you be well. May all beings be well. And may you know peace. May all beings know peace. Bye for now. I love hearing from you. You can always reach out to me through my personal website, www.annheadley.com. And I love it when you send me texts and emails or leave a response on the Spotify app itself. It means a lot to me. You can also reach out to me for more support at my patreon.com page. That's patreon.com/watermoonstudios. Thank you so much for listening.